Welcome to the Sexy Freedom Media Podcast, a place to discuss pain, passion, and pursuits.
Let's get it. I want to feel alive.
Breathe.
Make some moves.
Protect the throne. This is Sexy Freedom Media Podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to the Sexy Freedom Media Podcast. It's your girl, Helen Edwards, and
January Liddell. Aloha.
yes, today we are talking about Galentines. Galentines is celebrating Sisterhood in February. So we have 5 kind of like tips or suggestions on how to celebrate Galentines. January, want to go over the 5?
I sure do. All right, everybody. Ladies out there, take out your pen, take out your paper, or take out your handy dandy smartphone and start putting this in your notes. Number 1, let your friends know how much you appreciate them through words of affirmation. Number 2, gift them something special if it's within your means. 3, find a Galentine's event and go with friends or create one yourself. Number 4, have a Zoom or video chat with friends. I love that, by the way. And number 5, connect with other women in groups or through friends and celebrate new friendships. That is your top 5. All right, so let's talk about number 1. Let your friends know how much you appreciate them through words of affirmation. Helen.
Yes, it's so simple. I think having sisterhood is so important for us as women. And even if you shoot your friend a short text or call them on the phone or leave them an audio message and just say, hey, I want to let you know that I appreciate your friendship so much. And you being in my life has made my life richer, and it has made me feel like I've got a soul sister out there, somebody I can lean on. And just letting somebody know that is so powerful, especially in your connection with them.
Yeah, I love it because, okay, so I know I've mentioned this before. Blue Zones Project. Love the Blue Zones Project because, hello, I want to live after 100. Okay, so I do want to live after 100. I'm shooting for like 110. Anyway, one of that is being in community. And for us females, even for men, okay, so men also have to be with their guys, right? But today we're talking about Galentines. And for us women, it's really vital to be in a community of females and a community of women, because women, we understand each other, unlike men. Well, it's just a different type of understanding. Women understand all the plights and all the trials and tribulations that we go through as women, and we can talk about stuff like our periods and our, pregnancy. Men will never understand pregnancy, things like that. So when there are moments during the week that I will send like a little gift that just says, good morning, you are awesome, or something like that. Or I'll get it. And I'm like, oh, that just uplifts me. And there are times that our significant others are too busy or whatever. So it's really nice when we have our Galentines and our gals can actually send that to us and be like, oh, so it's just a little dose of a pick-me-upper and it's filling up our tank. And that's what happens when you let your girlfriends know that you appreciate them, is that we're filling up their tank.
Absolutely. The second one is gift them something special if it's within your means. You can even make something, just nice card. I know in the past, one of the things that me and my friends did is we just meet up for lunch, and my gift or their gift was, hey, I got this. I got the ticket. I got the payment for lunch. I got the check. And that was like, oh my God, thank you. Or, hey, let me take you for a drink. Or, here's a little bag of a token of my appreciation of our sisterhood. It's a little cute something, anything.
So I actually want to give a shout out to my bestie, one of my besties, Tammy. She's so sweet. She is, so each of us have different gifts, different specialties, and her specialty is actually gift giving. So one of our, it was for my birthday, and she had a gift for each of us, Stacy is the other girl. And so Tammy and Stacy and I were having lunch, and she gave each of us a gift. She's like, here's your gift. And it was like a cute little, because I love Disney. Okay. So it was a cute little Mickey necklace. And we're matching. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so cute. So yes, that uplifted me. That inspired me, because she's always so thoughtful and gift giving. And that's her acts of love. That's her language of love, I think, is gift giving. And it does just give a little, it gives that extra, I don't know, sparkle, I guess, to someone's life when you pay for somebody's meal, pay for somebody's drink, out of nowhere, and out of nowhere, give this gift of friendship and whatever it may be. And um, so I'm about to do something, and it's not necessarily for Galentine, but it's cute little hearts that you can get on Etsy. It's like $20 for like a pack of like 20, right? Or something. And I'm planning on hiding that somewhere. So I'm gonna hide it somewhere just to give it to somebody. I'm hoping a female will find it. But that's my little gift.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so number 3 is find a Galentine's event and go with friends or create one yourself. So I love creating events. I've done a lot of them in Phoenix. Just gatherings of all our friends together, call it Galentine's, where we can celebrate one another and just say, hey, you don't need that box of chocolate or roses from, somebody else. You can get it from each other, from our sisterhood. And so we'd show up at our lunch and everybody would have a different rose or a different color of flower for each other, or a little, bring a gift and we'll put it in the pot and everybody just grab one. I went to a Galentine's Day event yesterday and I was very disappointed. Really disappointed, actually. I was bummed because I was really I was wanting to go to gain some new friendships and really connect with people. And when I walked in, it was just a really small space and there were chairs, and all the chairs and tables were taken by, it looked like cliques of women. So it's like they had already got there with their friends. And the vendors that were there were like a few of them, and they didn't really know what to do. So everybody that had just gotten there, like myself, just kind of stood around. And the bar was so small, so it was really hard to get a drink. And if you did, you were just going to still stand there. There was no host. And for me, it was disappointing because I thought, what a beautiful place for all of us women to get together, but there's no host running it. There's nobody saying, hey, that now we're going to connect with each other. Now we're going to meet new people. Now everybody get out of your seat and do this dance. So I was like, okay, this is supposed to be Galentine's. Like Galentine's is a way for us to celebrate one another. Where's the host at? What's going on? And I just thought, you know what? I'm over it. And I walked out. I walked in, walked out. And I thought to myself, Helen, if you're unhappy and you're going to complain about it, then next time you make one, you host one, stop complaining. So that's what I did. I was like, you know what, if my next Galentine's that I go to in this small town, I'm going to have to create one myself, because I really believe there should be more. There should be more for us women.
Well, I'm so sorry that you had a bad experience. That sucks, because I would be excited for a Galentine's event so I can actually see different women and learn different, their backgrounds. And I think being in cliques can be intimidating too, because then it's like, how, then how are you supposed to like just jump in and be like, hey, can I be your friend? Hey, let me just, no, yeah. So I'm excited. You're gonna do it. You're gonna create a Galentine's for next year, and it'll be much better than this one. So, but yeah, Galentine's events, those are vital, and creating one. So, Tammy and Stacy. So I don't know if it was Christmas or something, but we were gifted a canvas, and the canvas. And of course, we're still like trying to just kind of be separate, right? So, and it was just easy to Zoom. So we actually we did a paint and wine party in our own places in Zoom, right? So that's I think number 4, which is the next one. But I love it because it was an event for us girls to just be together and paint something. We're not painters, but we painted. And it was fun. It was fun. And we were just drinking wine and talking story with each other. So I think those events are vital, especially like I feel like women can be catty with each other,
Mm-hmm.
and we can compare, ourselves, with
Mm-hmm.
each other, and compete against each other. So it's important to have these events to remember that, hey, we're here to uplift each other. We're here to,
Yes.
push each other up and inspire each other, not
Mm-hmm.
pull each other down. Because I feel like women can be kind of catty, and we can, and competition with each other is a no-go. We should actually just celebrate each other. So yay for the Galentine's events.
Yeah, that's like you were talking about the whole Zoom. I try to get together with my friends, like I lived in Phoenix for 16 years and then I moved away and I built this huge, big queen energy roundtable of queens and we've all been friends 16 plus years, some of us 25 years plus. And being away from that and being here in Wyoming now, I've got my girlfriends here now too, which is awesome. But I like for all of us to get together sometime. So I'll say, hey, jump on Zoom real quick, or let's jump on Facebook video and just chat and just say hi, or just leave an audio message. Like technology gives us such an advance that we didn't have, our ancestors didn't have, where we can connect with one another and say hi to one another and keep watering our friendships.
It's vital to do this. Even if you're with a significant other, you have to have that connection with your sisters. And I love technology because we are able to do all that stuff. So absolutely. Actually, speaking of, so number 4 is have a Zoom or video chat with friends. I do, just like I actually have this one lady. She's like an older sister of mine, and we meet like every Wednesday. I've known her since church. We went to the same church together, but she has moved to another church. And so now we're like meeting every Wednesday. No, like we've been very consistent about meeting on Zoom, and I love it. But she's like literally down the street from me. She is here. She's here. So we just actually met face to face in January, I think, but because of COVID, and she has a mom who's kind of ill. And so that's why we've been doing Zoom. So Zoom is great, easy to, and it's a no excuse kind of deal, right? Because Zoom, you can do it from your home. You can do it like as short as you want or as long as you want. So yeah, I love Zoom. Number
All right,
5.
number
Yeah.
5. Connect with other women in groups or through friends and celebrate new friendships.
Well, I want to say my new friendship with Helen was like, oh gosh, I think it was over a year ago now, but we met on Facebook. We met on Facebook. But Helen has been one of my like bestest friends because we talk every week. We message each other. We like send like little voicemail things to each other. And I love the friendship that we've had, Helen, and it's still continuing to grow. We haven't even seen each other face to face yet. So I'm so excited to see you face to face. But yes, connecting with other women and actually getting out of your comfort zone, that's probably key, is to say, okay, stop being complacent, right? And okay with just the circle that you have. There's so many other people out there that you can learn from and that can actually level you up. And Helen definitely does that for me. She levels me up.
Aw. There's a famous quote that says, everything you want is just a relationship away. And I love that because life is made up of relationships. And when you have sisterhood and you branch out to meet others and invite them into your circle of friends, you could be helping somebody. You can be throwing them a lifeline to a new life for them or even for yourself. And one of the things people say that one of my strengths is connecting. I tend to have friends and then meet new friends and then we all become friends. And it's true with my sisters. I've got 4 sisters. 3 of them by my mother, my mom and dad, and then one of them, my brother's baby mama. And we're all sisters and very close. And everybody that knows me always knows at least my 3 sisters, Mitzi, Melissa, and Kathy. And we're that family that loves women, loves sisterhood, loves friendship. We grew up like that. My mom was a feminist. She was very women empowered. So I've talked about this in other podcasts where, my mom ended up in a battered women's home, and that's kind of how we got our first glimpse of women connecting with one another on a very deep level. And from that point on, I've realized how important friendships are between women. Sisterhood is so powerful, especially if you're in a time of need and you want, like January was saying, you want to go to your sister and say, hey, I just need you to listen to me. I am struggling, and this is why. It's so beautiful. So creating new friendships, like I was saying, you could be throwing somebody a lifeline by just staying open and saying, hi, who are you? And it's also important to protect your throne, protect your mind, body, spirit, when you are meeting new friendships, because you could be throwing a fishing line out there and then hook on a fish that does nothing but complain, bring you down, talk badly about their life. And that's when you need to unhook the fish and let that fish free, because that fish does not belong in your circle of king salmon. You want to make sure that you are creating new friendships, but you're building a tribe around you that is like-minded. And wherever you are in life, like-minded. For us right now, it's success building, it's wealth building, it's women empowered. And you want to make sure that that's the type of community you have around you, and the community that you seek, especially on online groups.
Yes, we have to be careful of the people that we let into our circle. So when you choose your circle of friends, make sure they're actually uplifting you, encouraging you, inspiring you. And for me, it's nice to be around somebody who's a little bit more. Okay, so I want to build my wealth. Okay, so that's really where my focus is for this year, is building my wealth and generation. Well, we'll just say building my wealth for now. Eventually it'll be generational wealth. But building my wealth. And so I like to be surrounded by women who are actually in that realm already, because then they teach me and they inspire me, to just dig deeper and to reach for more. So it's really nice to be surrounded by other women who are successful and, who I can learn from. So when you choose your circle, be sure that these are positive, empowering, inspiring women who will do more for you than not. So that's vital.
Yeah, and I think number 5 is really important too, because I've come across a lot of women, who say, I don't have the type of tribe that you have. I don't have the type of women in my circle. I don't even have female friends really who I can count on. And I always think like, okay, why? Why don't you? It starts within. Who are you? Start within. When you find yourself saying, I don't have that, look within, because that means you need to have a really strong bond with yourself first. Because once you have that strong bond with yourself, and then you say, I'm ready to reach out, I'm ready to step out, I'm ready to open up and receive those friendships, it will come to you. You will attract them by who you are. Not saying you're a bad person. Don't go there. Don't make assumptions on what I'm saying. What I'm trying to convey is that, start with yourself. The best friendship you can have is with yourself. You are your first soul sister to have a relationship with. Connect, water, allow it to grow, and that branch is going to flow out, and it's going to connect with others that are like-minded, like January and I were saying. So, yeah.
I love that we're talking about this, Helen, because yes, definitely nurture yourself, right? So that was one of our podcasts, was self-love and how vital it is for self-love. And then we talked about Helen's proposal. That was another series that we talked about. Love it. I hope you heard it. Please go find that on our list of podcasts. That's a good one to listen to, because it's definitely like a Hallmark movie right before your ears or your eyes if you're watching it on YouTube. And then of course, Galentine's, and how vital it is to nurture that friendship with your girlfriends. It is vital. It's one of the tools for healthy, long living, is being in community, especially with your girlfriends. So with that, I'm so excited we talked about this, Helen. Thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah. So we're going to keep this one short, because we just want this to be a little Scooby snack for you on your drive or wherever you're at. And we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for listening to our podcast or watching our show on YouTube, Sexy Freedom Media. Please subscribe today if you haven't. Please share this or any of our podcasts if they've touched your soul or you found interest in them. Give us a 5-star review on Spotify, and we would love to hear your written review on iTunes. Please drop your Instagram handle or tag us, and we will reshare it. So thanks for listening, and hope you guys have a wonderful Valentine's or Galentines or just any day of self-love or self-sisterhood love or sisterhood love or love. We can keep going on and on with this. January, tell them where they can find you.
Thank you again, listeners, for listening. We hope that you enjoyed this little Scooby snack. I love that. Enjoy the rest of your day. And you can find me on Finance Builders, VIP Finance Builders, on Facebook and on Instagram. You can Google my name, January Liddell. You'll find me on LinkedIn. So those are the 3 spots that VIP Finance Builders, Instagram, Facebook, January Liddell, LinkedIn. And what I do is I help people create tax-free retirement accounts. Thank you again for listening. I hope you have a good day. Aloha.
That's right. And you can find me on Hell of a Journey. Go to our Facebook account, Sexy Freedom Media, or just click the link in the show notes. You'll find all the information on me, and the link at the bottom is linked to January's website. So check us out. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.
Want to hear more?
Visit us at SexyFreedomMedia.com.